Okay, now we're recording. Don't you dare.
All right.
You monster.
Oh, monster.
All right, now listen.
Speaking of Ghost, the ghost of Matthew McConaughey is in the room.
Oh,
I was thinking
right,
Outcast,
all
but you
right.
know.
Oh, that's
yeah,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
going more Outcast than Matthew McConaughey.
that's Matthew McConaughey just jumped to mind apparently.
All
right. Everyone does it. Nice.
I feel like you kind of have to.
Yeah, totally.
Alright, so who would like to begin our recap? I know it's been a couple weeks, but does anybody remember what happened?
Kristoff almost died.
Yeah.
Welcome to the game.
I feel like we
Ever-
almost all got trapped.
Yeah, we had to deal with some Scooby Doo shit in a
It's true.
in a town.
That well, starting off, anyways, Shimmer let us out from Gaia the Younger. We went underground for quite some time. I think to sneak past some things because we're not taking the holy road, you know. We're not
Yeah.
about that that holy road life. And as we do, we find ourselves out and about in the upper upper lands, not underground anymore. That's what it is. And we meet
The
warlock?
cutest little dragon.
Yeah. Yes, a cute little pseudo dragon, I think. And follow him until Kristoff appears.
Kind of, yeah.
And then Kristoff's just like, I've been waiting for you, which is kind of awkward. But yeah, he's part of the group now.
Not weird at all.
Totally fine. No strange implications there.
Right?
Ah,
We spend time for traveling for a while. And then we see smoke. And it looks like Maddie's Marvelous Mercantile has crashed. So we have to investigate. And we find I have a lanky tabaxi playing a beat.
Mm-hmm.
It's Meowazar, the magnificent, significant, and dissonant. Man.
Love
Playing
Yeah,
to ghosts.
man.
Yeah.
And he was a bard playing to ghosts. He's got ghost groupies. He was playing to all the snails, but he wanted to use the magnificent mercantile.
Yeah,
As a
there was a
stage.
piece. Yeah, like a piece of the mercantile. And then
all he
the
wanted to do was
snails.
play a concert.
Yeah, the snails wanted the piece back, and he didn't want to give it to him because it was his stage.
Yeah, he's practicing, man.
Yeah.
It was
He's
just
got-
trying to jam.
Yeah, big crowds to jam for. So we
And-
made a deal with him.
Kind of, yeah. He
That,
had like his epic concert, and we helped him out. And
Yeah. That he'd give them space, and we'd search for Maddie because Maddie was not there. And then so we went towards where they kind of told us that Maddie was in a village that Shimmer had never heard of, which disturbed them greatly because they know the area pretty well. Going there, it's a bit messed up, man. You got some very, very malnourished people. And there's some
it was a little rundown, you know.
Yeah.
They were a little bit creepy,
They
Too.
were.
eyeing
And,
us like fresh meat.
There was no Starbucks to be found, and the only place in town that we were suggested to go to was the inn/tavern.
Make sure you get there before 6.
That's
Yep.
right before sundown,
There was a curfew.
or before before the 6th candle or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was a very hard curfew. Let's just say that much.
Yeah.
As soon as the 6th curfew, the 6th candle bit, went, everyone goes crazy and tears each other apart.
Like everyone, including us.
including us
Bloodlust.
And Maddie.
and Maddie with her
Oh, yeah.
dying
First
pans.
time meeting her, she hits me.
My first time meeting her too. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mad respect for Maddie. Let's go.
The skillet blessing.
Yep.
So,
So
yeah.
we in the middle of the chaos. Well, it was mostly Tolmond and Kristoff that took initiative of where to go first. They thought the
Yeah.
old church.
They found was it a lantern?
Soul cage.
A
Yeah.
soul
Soul
cage.
cage
Yeah.
and a book, which Tolman is probably very sad about. That got burnt up.
Yes.
So we don't know what that was.
Everyone was going crazy. They were trying to figure out the soul cage, and
They-
Silver String had had enough of that and just blasted it with shatter and burst it. And some
Yeah.
evil, malevolent voice was like, "Ma ha ha ha! I am free." And now we have to live with the consequences of our decisions. As the curse is over, but everyone who's dead is officially dead. Compares into previous, where everyone who died got resurrected the next night, only to repeat the cycle over and over again.
Now, is it because the cycle isn't going back because we destroyed the soul cage?
I think so.
Is
The
that
curse-
probably why?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think the curse is lifted.
We just lifted it at the worst possible moment.
Yeah.
Oh, none of us are dead.
You're free of the curse.
Oh.
Sorry, all your friends
Oh.
are dead.
Jesus.
Look, I just punched people. You can't look at me like that. You probably can actually.
Is anybody else's screen like pulsing red?
You're hurt.
That's your hit points.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the first time I've seen this. This is awesome.
Foundry is
I'm
pretty
like,
nifty.
why is everything so foggy and why do I have this red aura just pulsing?
You are
You're
injured,
hurt and
my
the game is
friend.
paused.
Because I got 7. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
You're feeling real healthy, that's why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I think Sazota was the only one who could do non-lethal, and then sadly, I mean, all those
Yeah,
poor
exactly.
unconscious people like were still there when the fireballs occurred, and then
Oops.
sadly they don't really have a lot of non-lethal ways to blow someone up.
I just love that somebody gave that mother and kid like gold pieces, so they became basically the richest people in town, only to die that same night and not be able to use it.
God, that is just tragic.
True.
Hope and then just taken away.
Let me quote Chris, not Will, because this was definitely out of game. Hey, at least I get my gold piece back now.
Bright side, yeah. Bright side, at least I get my gold back.
So yeah, we stopped it right as you had freed a potentially malevolent spirit. It certainly didn't sound like a friendly one. And then yes, we will start our session with you outside the church. The vast majority of the village still overgrown with mushrooms. The twilight looming in the air as the silence is only broken by the sounds of burning wood and people screaming.
Oh.
You just had to burn the church down.
And the book.
We don't talk about the book.
This is fine.
Did anybody else see the book? I don't know.
I feel like we just did something very bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we did lift the curse.
We also lifted quite a few people from their mortal coils.
And we also let whatever was part of that curse free.
They were suffering a fate worse than death. They were stuck in some sort of cyclical eternal damnation. I don't even know how long they've been here.
Well, Shimmer didn't know about them.
I think you could fill a whole book with what Shimmer doesn't know.
But maybe it would have been better to have one small town cursed than that thing roaming free doing God knows what.
That wouldn't be the first beastie we've let loose.
Well, we should
That doesn't
probably try and
make
stop
it
this one if we
okay.
can.
I'm sure someone else will take care of it. Or we'll take care of it if we run across it again. I mean, we can't solve the whole world's problems.
But doesn't this more count as one of our personal problems because we kind of caused it?
Yeah.
I like to think of it as we save the people of this village.
It's kind
Is
of like
that-
the crab situation all over again.
Worth the cost. That's always the question, isn't it? The crab situation, you're right. Has what we done been worth the cost? No?
Remains to be seen, I guess.
Maybe we can guide the souls of the dead to the afterlife for Kylos.
There is that possibility.
That's some semblance of peace, right?
Of course.
Oh.
An afterlife, after all.
Better than what they had.
Does anyone here know how to collect souls?
I've no idea.
No, thank you. I would rather not know.
I think
A
he
little
means
cat
help
girl.
pass over.
I'm sorry, go on.
Oh, I was just saying, I think he means in order to help pass over.
So that they do not get collected by others.
Like a little cat
Hey,
girl completely covered in blood just walks up. You recognize it as a very bloody shimmer.
Oh my!
Hello, Shimmer.
Oh!
It's been quite a night.
Yes. Yes, it has.
What happened to you?
Well, the villagers tried to rip me apart, limb from limb, and I took offense. And then I
Oh.
started taking limbs. And then lives.
Why were you in the village, Shimmer? I thought you were gonna stay behind.
Well, I was spying on you.
At least you're alright. If a little worse for wear.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was, but
You're breaking up a little bit because of the voice.
Yeah, we didn't
Oh.
hear anything that Shimmer just said.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but it's
Done now.
I guess I owe you an apology for spying on you. Fucking won't do that again.
Yeah, it tends to get you in more trouble than it should.
At least we didn't have to fight again.
Right,
That
right.
was nice.
I didn't have to trap you in another hamster ball.
She just like glares at you. There's
There's
a lot of bodies. I'm gonna help. And if you want to catch souls, I think I overheard you saying that you use a net.
Yeah,
A net.
We're
well,
less trying to catch them and more trying to guide them. Perhaps maybe. Oh, God.
yeah. To your point, well, you were the one who entreated Kylos to create that. Can you help me help them?
I can try. I've got no net though.
Perhaps
I
a prayer is a good start.
I need a net. Yes, a prayer or a sermon. Golly.
I'm not really much of one for a sermon, so to speak. I mean, let's
Well, you
deal
know
with
the motions, right? Maybe I'll just do the talking.
the bodies first.
Yes.
Yeah. New guy, you look pretty rough off there. I don't want you dying on me when I'm not paying attention to you. Here, let me fix you up a little bit. And
Greatly appreciate everything you might have to do.
he'll touch you, and I'll give you 20 points of lay on hands.
Nice. Appreciate that.
It's a little bit of healing for you. That's better.
So are there souls just kind of like milling around right now?
Well, they are incorporeal, so you would need to
Yeah.
be able to see them. But yes, they're in theory just milling about.
Does anyone have a net of any kind?
We kinda
No.
Can we
see-
make
see
a
them.
net? I mean, I can see invisible things. I don't know about how it work.
I'm just gonna start talking about anybody who wishes to go to an afterlife of.
Right.
How did you describe the afterlife?
How did I describe it? I don't know. I've never been there. I would like to think that it is a welcoming place of peace.
You have no idea what you've created.
I didn't create it. I asked Kylos to create it.
What is this thing you create?
I've not created anything. Like I said, I've asked Kylos to do it, and he's created an afterlife that the souls can pass on to as an alternative to being recycled back into being alive again. Just to give them some semblance of peace.
Or whatever it is the Black Caravan does.
Yeah. I mean, for all I know, they turn the souls into objects.
Oh, yes.
I mean, isn't that what you told us about?
I think I have something like 13 sisters in my backpack, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's a better alternative. I don't know that that's what the Black Caravan do, but I've got to say I'm suspicious.
It's what my family does.
I mean, that's horrible.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Anyways. And I'll wander off to a pile of corpses. I don't see the bodies, but I'll just start
Yeah.
entreating them about letting Kylos into their lives or their non-lives and give them a peaceful passage to an afterlife.
Okay, so like impromptu skill challenge then.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll assist you.
No, it's going to be a skill challenge.
For
Yeah, might
all
as
of
well.
them.
So we're going to start this off with you, Silverstring. You approach these bodies, swarming with motes of light and other telltale signs that their souls linger nearby, and you begin to entreat them to take Kylos into their hearts. Better late than never. They're already kind of dead, but you know, they still got time, right?
Oops. Well, they've got nothing but time now, right?
It's like, look, you can go to the afterlife or motions to the general area, like.
Or this.
And begin entreating. So go and make a persuasion check.
Sure. Come on, let's roll a 12, baby.
That is not a 12.
No.
As you begin to speak, more and more of these little motes of, I guess we'll call them corpse lights, because they're light that can be seen, but they don't really illuminate anything. And these little motes of corpse lights begin to swirl in mass in strange patterns as you begin to essentially preach to them about letting Kylos into their heart. I'm going to have Will go last for very specific reasons. Who would like to go next? Who thinks they have something they can add to this afterlife shenanigans?
Suzoda can maybe impromptu offer up prayers, I guess. I mean, that seems like a good start to have a prayer to offer as a shit. You know how at wakes and stuff and funerals, there's always a prayer that is meant to beseech God to allow this person's soul passage into the afterlife, into heaven or whatever, something like that.
So while Silverstring's like, hey guys, you really want to go to the afterlife, you're just like, please, Kylos, take these sinners.
No, take these souls into your into your afterlife and offer them the peace of, the peace of rest.
So, how would you like to go about that? Would you like to have be more performative? Or are you going to draw on more of like a religious knowledge to structure your prayers?
I think for sure, probably. I'm not very good at either. It
I
would
know.
be a straight +0. Uh,
I mean,
Get credit
think
for
it would-
trying.
yeah, credit for trying. I think I'm just gonna go with the more religious approach. Sit down, meditate, offer prayers.
Okay, go and make a religion check.
All right. Oh,
Okay,
Fuck.
that's a 7.
all right.
I
You-
don't have an inspiration point, do I?
You do. Everybody does for the recap.
Whatever it is.
I'm gonna try it.
Go for it.
Oh
Oh.
no, that didn't go well. It's a 7.
I was about to say if we get triple 7s, it's gonna be the most unlucky lucky number ever. Okay.
Oh goodness.
So you draw upon your air quotes vast and expansive knowledge of religious ceremonies, and you structure these perfect prayers. You're clearly not practiced at them. You kind of fumble around. There's a lot of like dead air, like a lot of shit, what's next kind of moments. But you do structure a passable prayer, as long as the person judging you doesn't know anything about religion. All right, who would like to go next? We've persuaded, we've religioned.
I don't suppose someone can help, find them all. I mean, they're kind of scattered all over the place. In some cases, literally.
In that case, can I use investigation to try and find them all so we know where they all are?
Absolutely, go and just describe how you're doing that.
Going to be recalling from everything that I've read, what I know about like umbral spirits and ethereal beings, and going off that knowledge, just trying to track down all these motes of like ethereal flame.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so you draw upon that. Go and make an investigation check. All right, a nice 17. So you begin basically rounding up the various bits of souls, and ushering them to where they can better hear both Silver String's, coercion. Well, coercion is a negative word, but coaxing, and Suzoda's prayers. I'm sorry, you got the 2 7s, and I'm just thinking of marriage from Princess Bride.
Marriage.
Just like a more religious themed one.
Today.
Marriage.
Is
Well,
what
true
wings
love.
off together today. Love.
As this
True
is
love.
happening, Christoph,
We did the same thing.
how are you contributing to
What is left?
anything you can think of? You just can't repeat.
All right. So we have insight. We have. Oh, sorry. We have investigation. We had performance. We had religion
Persuasion, religion.
and persuasion. Okay, persuasion, religion. Trying to think of a way to use. I'm almost wondering if, while the others are saying these things, like the religion and the prayer and stuff, kind of being a hype man in a sense, with like performance potentially, and being like, "Oh, great, Kairos!" like kind of just hyping it up, and like, these words are true, and like basically like every time they say something, like kind of do like an
Yeah.
echo of what they say to emphasize it, like, "Amen!" Like Hallelujah.
So you're literally like the religious hype man in the background.
Yeah.
Can I get an amen?
Can I get a hey, man?
Okay, sure. Performance check. Yeah, go for it. 22. All right. And now bringing it home, the man, the myth, the conduit of the last last foray into the afterlife. Will, how are you bringing it home, Will?
All right. Well, as somebody who personally above table grew up in a rich history of Southern Baptists,
Same.
Will he'll sort of gather in front of the collective souls. Collective soul. And he'll look at them and he'll say, all of you gathered here in this place, would you stay here alone, shattered and broken in the dark, lost forever to roam, perhaps to be driven insane and become undead spirits? Or would you move on to an afterlife of peace and rest? I can assure you the alternative is not to be welcomed. And he will try to intimidate the spirits into passing on to the afterlife, with by implying that otherwise they would become ghosts and ghouls and live forever to haunt these lands.
I like how we have the various stages of a sermon, essentially. We have the persuasion, we have the persuasion aspect, we have like the official like church doctrine aspect.
That's right.
Then we have making sure somebody's closing the door so they can't escape. That would be Tolman.
That's right.
Followed by the hype man, and then finally the fear of Kylos. Make an intimidation check, sir.
All right. Is that good enough? If not, I'm gonna spin my inspiration.
Oh, you can spin it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you if it's good enough or not.
All right, I'm gonna try. There we go.
Nice.
As you begin this, like I said, the 5 stages of a sermon, at least a Dungeons and Dragons sermon for sure, the souls begin to gather and churn. Tolman, you walk the village, ushering those that have tried to wander or some actively escaping back towards the rest of the group via magical means. You've laid out the proper religious context the best you can, Saz. The candles, the structure of the prayer. And then finally, with Chris in the background saying things like, "Can I get a hallelujah?" You will serve as a conduit to that miracle that you'd created just days ago. And with a gleam of radiant light that seems to just burst forth from you, there's that brief moment where everybody has to look away. No one can look directly at Will. Not because of his usual ugliness, but instead now because of his radiance. As in that flash of life, all those souls, save a few, are gone. Presumably ushered into whatever afterlife Kylos the Renewer has for them. You have successfully saved the souls, if not the bodies, of all the people you killed. Like any true religion, right? You know.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Worship my God or meet yours. You know, like.
The Inquisition.
Our Kool-Aid was just fireballs, right?
It's like my God has fireballs.
Baptism through
sword.
fire.
And then that radiance dissipates, and you can all see once again. Will looks just as he normally did, still covered in scars and various crystalline flesh from his wounds previously. And all those souls are gone, but the bodies remain. Already you can see vermin and things from the darkness in the woods sniffing around the edges, waiting to get closer. For the smell of feasting is in the air.
Think not.
Yeah, we should
There'll
inter
be
these guys.
there'll be no corpses for you to feed on.
Part of the circle of life.
People deserve to have a proper burial, or
And
at least a pyre.
they've already accepted their way into the afterlife. What does their body mean now?
That's true. It's just so much meat. And if you all would take care of the bodies, I would appreciate it. I'd like to speak to the living if I could.
I can do that. You go ahead.
Right.
I'll go with you, Will.
Would you mind coming? Yes, I was going to ask you to come. And will go talk to the remaining people, like the living people. There we are.
So there's not a ton of them left. This was a small village, and fireballs are very big radius of effect, especially with all the fire and the damage. But you do see a few looking around, shell-shocked. Some of them looking through the bodies, trying to find familiar faces. Others just staring at the burning corpse piles in disbelief. The older man who worked in the inn is also out here, just kind of rubbing his eyes, looking around in disbelief. There's a plethora of people you can approach. Who would you like to?
Just sort of in general to the group.
The largest group near you is certainly looking at you, the strangers who brought all this to their doorsteps.
And he'll speak loudly. I know that you've all suffered an unbearable tragedy this night. An irreplaceable loss has been visited upon you. And I don't mean to try to take anything away from that. But you've been freed from this horrible curse that had you night after night tearing each other limb from limb, living with the horrible torture of that. You're free of that now. And those who've died, they did so that you could be free. They've given their lives so that you can continue to live on. I don't think this place is anywhere you should stay. And we can give you guidance and directions back to the nearest settlement where you can be safe and warm and start new lives away from this blackened, accursed land. You can have proper homes. And we've welcomed your loved ones into the arms of our god Kylos, where he won't need to be eternally recycled back again and again into the land of the living. They'll go on to their reward in the afterlife, peace, and they won't have to deal with the torture and the drudgery of day-to-day life. You're all welcome to do the same if you'd only believe. If you'd only believe in Kylos, he would welcome you into that afterlife when you pass from this one. And as I said, any of you that want to go back to the town, we're happy to give you directions and even provide you what meager supplies we can spare.
Got Maddie's up and running again. She
Yes.
might even be able to take you.
Oh, I forgot about Mattie's. Oh, yes. I don't know how much exposure you've had to Mattie, but she's the most wonderful person that I've ever met in my life. You're gonna love her. My friends are going to see to your loved ones. I feel nothing but sorrow for what's happened to you, but I can't help but feel a little relief that you've been freed. I hope you can feel the same.
Gives you an opportunity.
Yes. Instead of an eternal death, you've been given an opportunity for life and freedom.
All right. Go ahead and give me like a persuasion check with advantage.
Golly, come on, advantage. Okay.
Hey, 15.
Whew.
You're pretty good at it when you can, roll double digits. These people are simple people, and they're still recoiling from the realization. Some of them haven't really fully processed it, so they're still stuck in the mire of their grief, not fully understanding. And your words give many of them clarity, something to latch onto in this terrible moment of suffering and anguish. A few voices echo, like, where would we go? And a few people seem resolute just to stay here and rebuild.
What was the name of the town again? Oh my god, I can't believe I've forgotten.
It's okay, I forgot to.
I might have it.
It's not named after the tree, is it?
Oh, you're talking about the town where you arrived
Come
to the
from?
north?
Yes.
That's just
Oh,
yeah, it's just named after
that's
the tree.
Gaia.
It's Gaia.
Yeah.
Gaia the Younger.
Gaia.
Yeah.
Gaia is not that far from here. It's less than a day's travel, and it's safe. Honestly, there's a... I don't know if you welcome this or not, but there's an odd tavern there where if you're willing to trade your sadness and your sorrow and your stories, there are fae there at the inn who will trade your sadness for room and board. I know that sounds strange, but it's true. That, and there's a shop there in town, and the proprietor will do the same. They would trade goods for stories, and I have to tell you, folks, you've got one whale of a story here. I imagine it would be good for some supplies. This is no place to live. You're stuck in the land of the dead. This is no place for the living. At least not as long as the darkness of the tree remains. I would ask you to go there and be safe.
Your words seem reasonable to most. Most people are turning to each other and kind of whispering, muttering. There's not a lot left. I mean, this village didn't have much. Whatever kept the people here probably had more to do with the curse and a willingness to stay. The old innkeeper kind of looks around. His was the best place in this town. He's probably the most reluctant to leave. But even he kind of turns and solemnly walks back to his inn. Several other people returning their homes. But there are still people crying. There are still people dealing with their grief. But you have stirred them to some sort of action rather than the slow malaise of depression and sadness that might have otherwise taken over.
Right, and any of them that wish it, will perform a ceremony for the dead. and just sort of bless the corpses or the bodies with a
Turns out-
funeral rite. And any of them that wish to, he'll do the dedication for them.
So it's one of those things. I mean, there's a lot of corpses, and there's a lot of people who take you up on that. So it'll be like some time of you just creating like funeral rites. They're then lunged almost, well, in this case, very ceremoniously, into the bonfire that Kristoff created. As just corpse after corpse. The smell is intolerable, but you've kind of become used to the smell of rot and death via your adventures, which have not been the cleansliest things that you've encountered for sure. But for the better part of the rest of the night, you perform your duties admirably. And most people pack and leave with only a handful remaining. The innkeeper and a few others who are either too old or too stubborn to travel from the place they call home.
Well, if you mean to stay, I don't know how many travelers you'll find, but perhaps if you set out a lantern at the top of the inn, the light will draw in travelers. Don't imagine there'll be many out in these dark lands, but some would be better than none, I guess.
That might be the best thing to do. For what it's worth, I thank you. You didn't just kill people and move on. You stayed and took responsibility for it.
Aye. We'll be sure to tell anyone that we come across about this place and that you're here. Any respite, any semblance of peace and protection would, I'm sure, be welcome to anyone who travel these lands.
I'll try.
We'll be sure they know of you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. We'll be a lonely light in the sea of twilight.
Aye.
Is there anything I could get for you before you leave?
Oh no. No, I have everything I need.
While you say you have everything you need, Maddie will approach the barkeep and they'll have a conversation. You can eavesdrop if you want, but they're having a pretty animated talk.
Go over and kind of like, not eavesdrop, but just like sit next to them.
Okay, it's just like it's Maddie's like, oh hi, I need about 10 gallons of your finest mayonnaise. See, I've been making my world famous carrot and potato salad, and well, I'm just all plumb out of eggs. And I can't make my mayonnaise, so if you got eggs or the mayonnaise, either one will be fine. And Maddie turns to you.
A little bit.
Oh hi, what do you got there, Silver Strain?
And I'll pull out the alchemy jug.
Oh, what's that? That's so weird. It's got all these little nozzles and these little like colored corks.
Yes, it's magic. This one is mayonnaise. I can't do 10 gallons. How is this going to help you get up back into the air, though?
Oh, that's just maintenance. They're gonna be fixing it for now. I already got the grease. I just had to grease up the wind turbines that keep us up in the air. I already got that, but now I just need mayonnaise because I got some guests. And when I was talking about carrots and my world famous carrot and potato salad, they seemed mighty interested. So I just thought I'd come here and get some mayo.
2 gallons of mayo. Oh my god.
I mean, we can provide some mayo. Not. You were looking for 10 gallons, though, right? That might take a little while.
Oh, I can make small batches if there's a limit to that thing.
We got maybe a fifth of that.
Well, I guess that just settles it. You'll have to stay with me for at least 5 days.
You know what?
Oh.
I guess that does settle it.
Oh darn!
Ooh.
Who are your guests, if I may inquire?
Oh,
Lovely
they're
to
just a
get to meet
couple.
new people.
They're just a couple folks I picked up in Chiron back during when I was hovering over there. They're all kind of secret types. They're traveling north, and they asked, they paid me quite a bit of coin to take them up here north. So I figured, well, what the hell? I really got nothing else to do. Not a lot of customers wanting to be served by a snail right now for some reason. So I figured, oh, what the heck? I'll take you north.
Why do customers not want to be served by snail?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. It just seems like these past few months, maybe even like a year or more, people are just becoming more secretive, more kind of. Well, everything's getting a little darker, and I just don't know why. Maybe a little less trusting of outsiders. I try my best to be hospitable, you know me, but well, I can't change everyone's mind all the time.
Fair enough. I know you try your best. You are probably the most hospitable person we know.
Oh, I try to be. Thank you very much for mentioning it. Well, if you got the mayonnaise, I got the grease. Let's go ahead and scoot back over to my lovely Maddie's Miraculous Merchandise and Sleepovers, and we'll just get us all situated.
Indeed.
Speaking of hospitable, Maddie, do you know that you currently have somebody at your location named Meowizar?
Oh no, is he another customer? Oh, I do hope that we're able to acquiesce to any of his requests.
He's an entertainer.
Oh, a bar, just like Silverstring here.
Plays instruments
Aye.
like me, in a way.
Right? Maybe he'd be willing to. Maybe he'd be willing to work for Passage.
Clearly wasn't classically trained.
Oh, he's a classic, all right.
Well, that'll be interesting. I can't wait to meet him. Is he heading north too? Speaking of, where are you guys headed? Maybe I could just take you there.
Oh, we are headed north, actually. I think. Are we not?
That guy are the elder.
Oh, that's where I'm going. Yeah, we're going to the same space.
Right.
Well, that couldn't have been any more fortunate.
I know, that's awfully inconvenient. Excuse me. That's awfully convenient.
Would that be all right, Glimmer Shade?
My name is Shimmer. Dick.
Shimmer.
Oh, Shimmer. Why did I think Glimmer Shade?
I don't know.
Do we know anybody named Glimmer Shade?
I don't
Is that
think
the-
so.
Is that the name of the town? Was it called Glimmer Shade?
Well, it is now.
It is now, yes.
All right. Well, would that be all right with you if we took the flying in and traveled there in relative comfort?
Oh, that's my motto. If you're gonna travel anywhere, you might as well do so in relative comfort.
You know,
Oh, Maddie.
since we are going to be taking your in, it seems, would you mind a little bit of help around the kitchen?
Maddie scooches over to you, looks down, almost like you. There's almost this moment of Maddie looming over you. Oh, what do you mean? Are you something of a cook yourself?
I am. My mother used to run an inn back home. I couldn't possibly ask for your hospitality without offering something in return.
Oh my stars! What was the name of your inn? Maybe I heard of it.
Hold on, now I gotta open it.
Right.
Hold
Been
on.
there.
History.
Wait a second. Control F backstory.
Yep.
Let me find it. Let me just scroll down to where his mom is on here, because I did a little blurbs to make it easier on myself. The Eager Adder Inn.
Oh, the eager adder. Oh, is it like a snake? That kind of adder?
Yes.
Oh, that's so clever.
My mother ran it back home in Suma, so I used to help out in the kitchens. I've got plenty of experience in working,
All right.
so I
well,
can.
How about this? I'll take you back to my place. We'll do a little sky fishing. I'll have you cook up something you catch, and then I'll see if you're good enough to work in the kitchen from there. Not because I don't think you are, it's just that I have some exacting standards for what goes on in my kitchen.
Naturally.
All right, excellent. Maybe you'll teach me something, and I can teach you something too. That'll be awesome.
That'd be great.
All right, let's go ahead and get back. It's a bit of a journey. It took me about 2.5 days to get here. Meanwhile, it took you guys just hours. The snails are not fast.
Oh, right. Okay. Maybe we can... Before we leave, I'd like to head to what will ostensibly be the graveyard, I suppose.
The definitely not mass grave.
Yeah.
Also known as the ash pit.
The bonfire.
I'll start playing the Clylyre and cast Stone Shape to create a gravestone. And have an engraving on it. And I'll just say, the curse is broken. Here lie all those who've accepted Kylos' blessing into an actual afterlife. May they rest in peace and experience true release.
That was a beautiful thing to do.
Alright, you play a few notes on your Clylyre, demonic strings sounding ever so blissful as your fingers dance over them. And the ground shudders and moves. The very air seems to twist and rotate as stone is drudged up from the earth and shaped to your will. And that lovely engraving left upon the artfully large gravestone over the mass grave left in your wake. Out of character. I'm just, because you're like, all those who accepted Kylos, and I just imagine a smaller stone like off to the side, and for those fuckers who didn't, this is
It's just a pile of rotting corpses.
it's just a pile of bones. Ugh.
Love it.
Okay.
That would be petty.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I got that petty humor.
Maybe we can fashion something for you, Maddie, so that we travel faster.
Oh, you guys want to like make me like a litter or something? Something I can sit on so you can just move me around? I can move on my own accord. I'm just not fast.
Maddie, is there a wagon in town?
Is there?
Flashbacks to like, I
Well-
don't know how many thousands of miles away. There's a camel strapped to a colorful fucking rat wagon, and that camel just sneezes a couple of times.
Space camel? Yeah.
Well, I can
what
make
the
a
hell?
floating disc to help for a little while.
Oh, there's that. I think that's a brilliant idea.
That holds 500 pounds, if I recall.
It does.
Yeah.
But I think it does not move unless you're. I don't think it moves unless you're like more than 200 feet away or something like that.
20 feet away.
20 feet.
So it'll
yeah.
Oh,
fall.
so 20.
It'll just sort of follow behind you.
Yep.
Does Maddie weigh less than 500 pounds?
Don't
I'm not
ask.
asking her.
Help a woman
I'm
her
not-
weight.
I was about to say, do you want to ask Maddie her weight?
No.
Ask a Southern Belle her weight. Pity fool.
How dare you? I have never in my entire life.
I think going at Maddie's pace. If we have to, we will.
Well, unfortunately for you, you don't have to, because Maddie is more than able to get onto the Tensor's floating disc, and it is able, we'll say it's able to carry her. There is a few moments where it's like an old car that won't start, where it just like stutters, and you have to like wait for it to catch up a little bit, but it does manage to do it.
Crackles and like flickers.
Yeah, the magic barely holding itself together. If a Tensor's floating disc could sweat, it would be sweating.
Tolman just takes a wrench and be like, "You got this, old girl." Smacks it.
Yeah. Kick the tires a few times. There's not any tires. So thanks to Tensor's floating disc, what would be a couple of days journey for Maddie is just a few hours for you as you make your way through the dark forest. Most things giving you a wide berth. Nothing seems to be wanting to mess with you, even though you are all covered in essentially blood, ash, and gore.
Maybe that's
It's
why
fine,
they
don't worry
wanna mess
about
with us. I'm like, oh god.
Digitation it off.
You could press it all off, that's for sure.
I'm a clean man.
Yes, you use prestidigitation. It's all gone. One of you's clean at least. You could do the others if you'd like.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. Car wash. Get in line.
Just as we're walking, getting scrubbed.
Just like a couple of magical like scrubbing bubbles from like those old commercials like just appear.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a few hours you arrive back at the Snail's Roost, also known as Maddie's Magnificent place, where you have the Meowazar. Let's see, which one did I put Meowazar in? Hold on, I gotta find the right battle map. There's so many. Oh, okay, it was this one.
Does it look like there's more of them now?
So yes, you begin walking through the forest. Most of the creepy and crawlies that might be interested in you seem to have found better things to do, as you do not present yourself as easy targets, even with all the blood and the gore. That is quickly prestied away like Kristoff's magic. When you approach the dark clearing where Maddie's Magnificent Merchandise and Sleepovers is perched, you see Meowazar surrounded by shadows, having a heated, I don't want to say heated, a mildly simmering argument with what looks to be one of the snail people.
Oh.
Though you are too distant to hear exactly what it's about.
Oh, looks like our truce only lasted for so long. We should get back there.
All right.
As you approach, the shadows all turn to you, their red eyes glowing, growing heavily and pulsing in the darkness of their shadowy selves. Meowazar turns his brightly green-maned, fur-ridden head towards you, as does the snail.
Uh-huh.
So these are the ones you say. Righteous, righteous, you! Points to Silverstring. My most circular friend here says that you're the best bard he's ever heard. Is that right?
We about to have a riff off.
Well, has he heard you, sir?
Right, well, he has, and he says that you are the best by far. And that is just totally not righteous. I say
I feel like.
we settle this.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh,
And I'll start unstringing the Clylyre. How do you propose to do that?
Right, we're only one way we can do this, bro. You and your band versus me and my band. One battle the bands, one night, right now. Righteous.
I don't know how to play any instruments. I'm not a part
Oh,
of the band.
you could participate in other ways.
Oh. That's scary.
The skill challenge.
Oh.
A bottle of the Bonds it is.
Hmm.
For hours and hours, all he would say is just how totally tubular your fucking sounds are. And I just can't. I have to know, man.
Well, maybe we can learn from each other.
Righteous.
Time to jam.
We go from like one skill challenge right to another, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like this one was intentional and the other one wasn't.
Oh, the other one was impromptu.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Still awesome.
Where am I? There we go, battle of the bands.
Oh no.
So,
Tuning right now.
do you guys like need a moment to like get something together? Because I'm ready to go like right now, bro.
Well, the rest of my troop aren't exactly bards. I've been trained, so they might need a moment. It is true.
Right, righteous, alright. You have a moment.
What would you guys like to do?
Not play music.
There's other things you can do. Dance. Hype man. Gesture to Kristoff.
Mosh pit.
Mosh pit. What
Do
is
you
a
not know
mosh
of-
pit?
Do you not know of mosh pits?
The ancient art of moshing
Yeah, exactly.
and thrashing.
Exactly. It is well known among my people.
No. I think once again I have to say I am classically trained.
Well, like I said, it is an ancient art.
It would be interesting to see what kind of music do we play when we mosh.
Just high energy.
High energy music. Okay.
Sometimes there's throat singing.
Oh.
Out of character, I've been listening to a lot of The Who. Like, not The Who, but The Who.
Yeah, like HU who?
Yeah. Mongolian metal band.
Oh. Yeah.
And I was just like, man, here we go. There's some throat singing, there's some moshing. Let's go.
I feel like that
is
might actually be like
not-
very thematic for where
So-
we're
That's
at.
actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Prestidigitation is not concentration. I can have up to 3 effects. I can lay down a musical note, so I could do like a bass line with that,
I got
with
drums
some
in
like
there.
taps or something like that
Yeah.
for some percussion,
So you
Shower
found your
of
DJ.
sparks.
and then some sparks coming out.
Awesome.
Because the bass line could just be like repetitive, so.
Yeah. Well, Tolmond?
Well, I'm not sure I can do much to give you a hand, but I might be able to slow them down.
Oh. Dastardly.
I'll do what I can to help you. If you can show me how to play basic music, maybe accompany you, and he'll look for like a hollow log or something to
Got
use
drums,
as a
man.
form of a drum.
I've got drums.
Oh, you do? All right.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah,
I can
hold on a
just-
second.
I can just keep a basic beat.
And I'll hand you Cone's rhythm. I imagine it's like a turtle shell.
Oh. Hey. This will work quite nicely. Alright, I'll do the best I can.
And I'll play a little like rhythm on it, just to kind of show Will, like, this is how you use a drum.
Right. And I'll try to just do like a basic drum beat on the drum.
There you go.
Alright, I'll do what I can.
Don't worry, I'll try to help out.
I'll have some small natural ability. I'm assuming it's performance.
Could be, or it could be just a tool check. Depends what you want to do.
Yeah. Alright.
And Tolmond, you'll distract them somehow. That sounds perfect. Well, we have a plan.
Few things as distracting as a fireball.
That's
It's
Pyrotechnics.
a last resort.
Pyrotechnics.
misplaced pyrotechnics. There are many a bard that's been lit on fire by misplaced pyrotechnics.
Well, I'll make sure this one is very well placed.
Oh my. Alright, well.
Try to be
get
stealthy
to
with
it.
it. Don't need
Sure, I can
convince
disappear for a few
Yowza.
minutes.
Okay.
Oh, time like the present.
Turn back to Meowazar. I do believe we are ready, good sir.
Right. Okay, let's get this, as they say, let's get this show on the road. Everybody, and he pulls out a, essentially just like an oversized hurdy-gurdy, that is sparking with electricity. And he begins strumming that, and lightning begins to dance between the chords before grounding itself onto the dark ground, and the shadows begin to gyrate and move, each one attached to him, but also seemingly acting of its own accords as shadow instruments appear in their hands as well. Everybody go and roll initiative, and we'll do this thing via, like we always do, via initiative.
Oh, looks like I'm
Moshing before the music even starts.
yeah, you gotta warm up the crowd by
Right? There you go.
jumping around and starting fights.
Sometimes Saz winning initiative is just like, aw.
Sorry, I forgot. Everybody gets a +3 to their initiative.
Ooh.
Cool, because I need that.
Because you're
Pen.
standing near Will.
Yes, just what I needed, an extra 3.
Yeah, I got 21. Or 23 then. I don't think that changes anything, but
17.
11.
7-11. 7-11.
I'm just gonna give you 12, so you're above Meowazar, not tied. And that's the right order. Android will go up to 10, but it's not gonna change the order. So.
Yeah.
All right. A few test drums are played. Everybody's getting ready. Sizoda, always the one to take the initiative, deciding to act before anybody else has even gotten the chance to really get their song together. How does Sizoda kick things off in this one time, one night battle of the bands?
No, he's gonna start moshing. He's gonna, I guess, find the nearest Meowazar groupie. Which, they're all shadows, so I don't imagine this was going to be easy. But yeah, he's just gonna start moshing with them, pushing them, dancing. starting fights potentially, using acrobatics to just dodge out of the way of hits if you can. Basically, just being high energy.
He's being a problem.
Yeah, he's being a problem.
Just like, this is how you rock and roll. Slam, punch, suplex from the top rope. All right.
Exactly.
All right. What skill do you think would best represent this?
Especially just because he's being a problem. I think acrobatics, just because he'd be showing off a lot.
Excellent. Yeah, go for it.
Like it.
23.
Amazing. As he weaves into the shadows, through them, causing a problem, pushing some around. More and more shadows appear, forming a wall, but you just like jump over it and just are making a nuisance of yourself so spectacularly. That you are, in fact, a problem. Meowazar is just like, no, nice. That's the spirit, bro.
Let's go.
Alright, and then suddenly it's as if a spotlight appears over each of the combatants, one coming down on Silverstring, the other one coming down on Meowazar. But Silverstring has the initiative. What is Silverstring doing in this battle of the bands?
Yeah, Silverstring's immediately gonna see Saz get into it and be like, well, shit, I guess we start now. And start diving in to a lyre solo while everyone else catches up and starts laying down the rest of the track. Going to try lyre, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it.
And if need be, I will use my inspiration on this. So I want it to be tubular, man. Yeah, I'll use
It's too
my
higher than
inspiration.
12, like.
That's true. Oh, goddamn. And then, because I know Will will need it, I will send a bardic inspiration his way.
Ouch.
Oh, alright.
You've got this, man.
You're
Do better
like-
than me.
Helpfully throwing him under the bus. It's like, because I know Will sucks, I'm just going to help him. It's like, wow. Alright. So you begin strumming your lyre, and Meowazar's just kind of nodding his head, getting ready to counter it, and a playful cat smirk creeps across his face as he seems like he seems very comfortable in the fact that he may have this. Meanwhile, Tolmond.
Can I use Arcana to try and assess or understand like his instrument? Because you said it seemed to be like strumming with electricity and calling lightning.
Yes.
See if I can understand the source of his power. I will also be using my inspiration. My goodness.
You don't want to keep that natural 2?
Not
There
much
we
better,
go.
but I'll take it.
I mean, a 19's better than a 14, but
Yeah.
his is a clearly magical electric hurdy-gurdy. It calls upon the power of both rock and roll and the storm to amplify his musical talents considerably.
I'll relay that information to the group.
All right. You're relaying that. Somebody's shouting out, "He's got a magical hurdy-gurdy!" It's like that one was like, well, yeah, we know, like, but you know specifically that it will amplify his abilities. Meanwhile, William. It just started. Meowazar has yet to counter. What are you doing to build up your chances?
Will initially will he'll kind of focus on his abilities, and I'll use Eldritch Limbs to turn my my lower arms into bony clubs that I'll use to play the drums with.
Oh my gosh,
What the
that is
shit?
great.
And
Finally got him to use one of those abilities.
you know,
I
and
think
then
that's fucking metal, but it's bone.
then will attempt to play the drums with performance.
Sure, I'll give you advantage. I'll give you advantage for that.
Oh, nice. And 18. We'll go ahead and spend our bardic So slash roll 1d.
Make sure it's 2d8 and add
Oh.
the highest one
2d8
because you get advantage on it basically.
All right, an
There
8.
you go, 26.
26.
Poof! You blow me out of the water, man.
All right. So we'll play the bongos on
Go, little drummer boy, go.
on Cone's drum. Cone's rhythm.
I just have to post this old music video
Yep.
because it's reminding me of it.
Oh my gosh.
All right, you begin to just unfurl these extra limbs that nobody's really seen you use. You've been keeping them under wraps, so to speak. You begin playing these fucking drums. There's no real rhythm. Actually, there is a lot of rhythm. You did really well. There's a pretty solid rhythm that's adding up and building up Silver String's lyre solo. And right now, the music is really kicking off. Let's see, who's next? Is it actually my turn? It's Meowazar. Okay. And then Meowazar there's a moment where he just holds out his paw, flexes, and then 5 metal claws just kind of unleash, and he begins plucking the strings of his hurdy-gurdy, each one sending a shower of sparks and electricity flying into the air. The lights that are on each of you begin to spin, and you realize that this is all magical effects that he's kind of creating to amplify the battle of the bands. The shadows are swarming. 4 of the shadows now have various instruments, and they're adding their own melodies to his, and it's now a motherfucking rock-off. And
it seems like there's multiple magical things that he's doing.
It does seem like
right now. Is it possible to counterspell something of that?
You could certainly attempt to, or at least a spell. Yeah, he's not actively casting spells, but it would be more.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I'll wait to see if he's actively casting a spell.
Yeah,
because I don't have.
But it is your turn. So.
So I have used prestidigitation. I can do up to 3 sensory effects. So I think since Will has taken over the percussion, I did have that baseline going. I would like to, and maybe with prestidigitation, do a skill check of deception and try to make some sounds coming from their side that sound off key and plucking the wrong notes and random little types of things to either distract them and disorient them and make them think that they're messing up amongst each other, if that's possible.
You could, but what skill would you be using to try to do that?
Deception.
Deception? Okay, go and make a deception check. It's a nice 12.
Oh,
we're bound to get one
I would
session.
like to use.
There we go. 12 is returning.
I would like to use that inspiration.
Alright, go ahead and use it.
Had mentioned.
Now that I've milked so many people of their inspiration, and we still got 2 more rounds to go.
Not that much better.
No, we're not doing great.
Alright, well, let's go through it. Round 1, Sazota, success. Silverstring, not a success. Tolman, success. And Will, success. Christoph, not a success. So that was a successful first round, as 3 of you did succeed. But I think I also, murdered, 3 inspirations. Or at least 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, you did get 3, I think.
At this point, with all the discordant noises, you're creating distractions, but this is Meowazar the Magnificent, Significant, and you almost forgot the most important part, the dissonance. So you're adding dissonance to his beat, and unfortunately you fail to do so because he's able to adapt almost so perfectly on the fly to it that he works in your dissonance into his beat, and then works around it. Right now, as the lights are strobing and the shadows are getting larger and electricity's flying and all these magical effects are going off, we now enter round 2 of the Battle of the Bands. Saz, you have the feeling that you're getting the upper hand, but it's a slim thing. And things are getting worse as the shadows seem like they're getting larger and meaner and are beginning to respond in kind to your being a problem.
Okay. What if I want to cast Thunderwave on the shadows that I'm moshing with?
That would just... Remember, like, when you cast spells, I'll usually just give you, like, if it's an appropriate one, like it's in a magical effect or an appropriate, like, advantage. You could certainly do it to, because, like, we're not in actual combat, right? But you could definitely do it to magnify whatever you're attempting to do, for sure.
And I'm using it to crowd control and to basically outmosh the others.
Mhm.
You think you can mosh? Kaboom. Alright.
Love it.
So you cast Thunderwave, just clearing the shadows before you as you begin to keep being a problem and keep thinking like, oh, you think you're big. You ain't seen nothing yet. Alright, what skill would you like to use as you continue being a problem?
Does that continue being a problem? Let's see. I think for that one, I'm going to go with... Gosh, I am very specifically, like, geared to things. So let's go with... I want to make I'm considering making like a plea for survival because this is it's a mosh pit. It's a very dog eat dog world here, or I don't know.
Shadow eat cat world. Or
Yeah,
snake world.
shadow eat snake world here. I'm honestly tempting. You know what? Yeah, I think survival would be apt. I'm fighting for my life out here, or at least for my honor.
All right.
Exactly. That's...
Go give me a survival check as you're using thunder waves to get the guys away from you. Would you like to use your inspiration?
Did not use it in the
You did. Wait, you did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the preaching, because you're like, I'm gonna make a religion check, and then you went from 7 to 7.
Yeah. Oof.
Okay. So you're using Thunderwave to blast these guys away, and you're fighting for your fucking life, but the shadows are now beginning to mosh. And there's just this torrent, this whirlpool of shadows and death and wailing and bardcore metal just around you, and you have that one moment of like, especially as Meowazar seems to get bigger and bigger from some kind of illusion, that like you have that brief moment of like, maybe I am in danger.
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
Love that.
Meanwhile, Silverstring, you know you have a lead, but you know it's by a razor margin. This Meowazar guy's not bad.
It's shrinking, yeah. I knew he wasn't bad. He's the magnificent, significant, and dissonant. And I will try to be a bit dastardly and cast Dispel Magic. And basically like make fun of him as if his amp has suddenly stopped working and has stopped making like really displaying his music.
Alright, go and click the button. And you're just casting it on him, essentially.
Yeah, or whatever I can see that would be pulsing out the music.
Oh, like
Just
on the hurdy-gurdy to like disrupt it?
Trying to dampen it, right?
You want to cast it on him because dispelling magic on a magic item doesn't do anything unless it's like an anti-magic field.
Okay. So I'll do it on him.
Yeah.
And then just try to like get under his skin, be a little deceptive about it. I'd like to roll deception just to try to take him down a notch, you know?
kind of like, all right, you're getting a little bit too big for your getting a little bit too big for your meow mix over here, buddy. You got to take
yeah,
it down
exactly. Yeah,
You might be significant, but you are not magnificent, bro.
All right, go and make a deception check, and you'll dispel his effects for sure.
Oh.
You do cast Dispel Magic, and immediately, like the growing figure of Meowazar immediately shrinks down to his like normal size, and he looks around weird. Like lightning is still like, dancing along his claws, and his shadows are still there, but like the lights are flickering and dissipating. All of the extra effects that are just making his performance look so much cool are gone. However, he turns to you with a sort of grim determination, like, all right, bro. All right. That's how you want to play? All right, let's do this.
Fuck. And I'll send Inspiration Kristoff's way.
All right, Kristoff's way. Meanwhile, Tolman, you had the lead for a second there, but things are looking grim. It's slipping and slipping. Poor Silverstring hasn't been able... The bard hasn't been able to bard very well so far.
No.
Can I cast Tensor's Floating Disc to create like a little mini stage for Mr. Silverstring?
You can, absolutely, yes.
Alright.
Yeah, 14.
It's only 3 feet wide,
14.
but it hovers 3 feet above the ground, so you're that much bigger.
Sweet.
2 can play that game.
Tensor's Floating Disc. All right, so what skill check do you think that would...
I don't want to use it again, but I feel like Arcana, but... Let's see, how else can we flavor it? Maybe Sleight of Hand, I guess?
Kind of not show that you're the origin of it, like maybe it's somewhere, it came from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was there the whole time. Silverstring is the stage.
I mean, that or Stealth, whichever one you think would be more appropriate, I guess.
Yeah, that's a hard one. We'll just do Sleight of Hand.
Alright.
No. Making it look like, oh god, you guys are not rolling well.
Nope.
We haven't rolled well, like, at all, minus our initiative.
8, 2, and 3. That's the roll on the die.
And I think you've used your inspiration, haven't you?
I have. I used it last round.
All right, you like low key kind of like fade in the back and begin casting your spell, but it's very clearly that you're doing it, and it's very obvious that you're lifting Silverstring up. And even Meowazar from the other side is like, right, his friends lift each other up, bro. Like, he's not phased at all. Like, he seems like he's really happy that you guys are helping each other out.
Oh, gosh.
Meanwhile, William.
Alright, I'm sure you guys have all seen, like, the 1812 Overture, or more popular in pop culture, the For Those About to Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By AC/DC, where they fire the cannons off.
Yeah.
So will use Thunderous Smite as percussion to like make a huge boom on like a key beat or key note as he's playing on drums. So as he's playing, like, there's like every so often there's like a really huge boom, because Thunderous Smite is audible up to 300 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll.
So you're like every parent's nightmare when their kid gets like a percussion instrument, just boom, boom, boom,
bam. Yep. But see, we need to not repeat skills, so.
Oh, you can repeat them round after round, just not in the same round.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
I mean, it's cool if you don't, but I understand that, you know.
I'm gonna try to use. I don't know if persuasion works for this, so I guess we'll do performance again, or athletics for drumming.
Athletics, yes.
Athletics, heavy drumming. Boom.
It's not about rhythm, it's about...
Are you kidding me?
Brutal.
It's not meant to be. We're not winning this round. Kristoff, just keep your bardic.
I was about to say.
Goodness gracious.
I was about to say they've done the math and they've realized that even if you succeed, they're not winning this round.
That's 4 failures, bro. Pretty sure.
Well, I think Raz passed.
I feel like a 15 is not a pass.
We'll
So
find out.
mechanically, the first round is DC 15. The second round is DC 16. The third round is DC 18.
Oh,
It gets worse and worse the longer it goes.
Good to know. We're
So
entering
yeah,
hard mode
even
this round.
Sazota failed by 1. All right, you begin just pounding out, and the thunderous smites of each one of your strikes just booming over the area, like crows are flying off in the distance, like animals are howling in discontent, and it's just adding so much more to the metal. But unfortunately, it seems like it's kind of helping both sides. Like, it's not really affecting your side more than the other. And even Meowazar is starting to kind of headbang along and kind of mold his music around it. Meanwhile, Meowazar strums his mighty hurdy-gurdy, and a bolt of lightning drops down from the sky, slamming into his instrument before arcing in a dozen different directions, flowing into his shadows, which are now wreathed in lightning. And in the middle of this lightning mosh pit is poor Sass, just like, I thunderwaved.
I mean, if it's lightning, at least I'm not, like, getting hurt.
Exactly, and that's a good thing, because you might actually have been getting hurt had you not been immune to lightning. Lightning's down dancing all over you, and you're feeling comfortable in this, and, like, you know, if your hair is standing up, and you're definitely getting, like, the static electricity, like, kind of weird, like, fro. But, like, the weird hairstyle just sticking straight up and, like, fanning out.
Oh, he's into it.
Yeah, it's like you've got the fuzziest hair right now. But it's not doing any damage. It's just like this weird, almost relaxing kind of effect for you. But it looks sick as shit as the shadows, especially those playing instruments, are getting louder and louder. And Meowazar begins to sing his lyrics, these like guttural cat-like snarls that have meaning, but it's hard to actually understand what it is, just because he's more of a growler than he is a lyricist. But these deep growls are just echoing out. Meanwhile...
Singing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Kristoff.
So I am going to, as I see the tiny stage that Silverstring's about to go on and the emphasis that's building that Will has taken care of, I am going to, at my little effect table for this concert, I'm going to scream out to the shadows. I'm going to be like, go back from whence you came, and like basically be like, you may be shadows, but you're no match for, and I'm going to cast darkness over them. And I'm going to try to make it be intimidating and be like a cloud just hovering over them, like basically shining out their light, emphasize the grandness that's going to be Silverstring this next round.
No pressure, Silverstring. Alright,
Yeah.
go and roll it.
So let's see spells. Oh wait, no, I'm doing skill. Skill is intimidation. Come on, buddy. And I'm not going to use my bardic.
You had
bombed that round.
the first go. You had the edge. You can feel it. But the second round, this cat musician with his green fucking like his green hair. I was trying to think of the name, but he's got like a green mullet, basically. is just seemingly out-rocking you. And as the shadow descends, like, it doesn't seem to affect the shadows. They were born into this. And Meowazar still plays, and you still occasionally, from this ball of shadow, you just see this darkness accented by the occasional flash of lightning as it escapes outward into the night, only to fade into the darkness beyond and the twilight above. This is now the third and final round. You are 1-1. Meowazar has pulled out all the stops, and perhaps so should you. Sazota.
Alright, so on the realization that I could actually go back to using acrobatics, and I am like coursing with lightning at the moment. I want to use acrobatics with Step of the Wind to just launch myself in the air and in a like an arc of lightning, slam down onto the ground and start breakdancing.
Breakdancing?
That is how.
Like
yeah.
like the Australian Olympic breakdancing or something? Sorry.
We'll see what skill this roll. If it's a nat 1, then maybe. Oh,
That's
is there success at a cost?
What are you willing to sacrifice for success?
Everything. It's a 17. You said third round DC 17, right?
18.
18
I
off.
actually, I did say 18, yeah. It's it starts at 15, the second round's +1, and then the third round's +2 from
yeah.
both sides. Yeah,
Oof. Oof, alright. That's an oof.
It's a battle of the bands, Saz.
I'm moshing. I don't know what I'm doing. I have very few skill sets for this.
There you go.
Would you like to participate in success at a cost?
Sure.
Alright, you begin trying to escape the darkness and the lightning of this mosh pit, but you're unable to quite do so, so you just begin breakdancing in the middle of all these shadows. And as you're breakdancing, you can just feel their shadowy hands on you, pulling you farther and farther down. Almost as if they're pulling you into the darkness, darkness of which is deeper than the ground itself. Go ahead and make an athletics check to break free from their hold.
Nope. Goodbye, everybody.
No, this is this is contested. I get a chance.
Uh-oh.
You lucky son of a bitch.
Ha!
I got a nat
Nice.
1.
Oh, shit.
Oh, nice.
And as you're getting pulled down, because it would have been pretty bad, that's the cost thing. As you're getting pulled down, you're able to successfully break away. You're going to take about like 15 points of necrotic damage, though. As these shadows...
I only had 1 HP.
However, as your unconscious body skips along the ground, you do some funky ass moves while you ragdoll, and it's really fucking cool. And then you land right in front of Maddie, who's just like, "Oh no!" And you manage to succeed in coolness right before you pass into unconsciousness. You gave it your all, your literal all, your last HP.
I love these skill challenges, man.
Silver Shriek. You're standing on a floating Tinser's disc. Things are looking bad. Sazota just did some cool shit, but you look over and realize that Sazota's knocked the fuck out now.
She's given it her all, and with that...
He's a very unconscious boy.
Yeah. Giving it his all. So... Oh, well that is the, casualties of the mosh pit, I suppose.
You live from the mosh pit, you die by the mosh pit.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the rules.
Yep,
it's either mosh or die, bro. You either mosh or die.
Been there. Definitely felt that before. And as I will jump from the floating disc and cast Fly on myself and burst high into the air, as I just go all out and try to persuade everyone to look at me, get all of their attention, basically.
All right, you
As
just
I'm flying higher than everybody else. Yeah.
guys do a battle of the bands. No. All right, Silver String, make your check, sir.
Okay.
DC's
3, 2, 1,
18.
go.
Oh my God, he rolled well.
Okay.
10 over, nice.
All right, you fly into the air. Everybody is looking at you now as even the illusions that have popped back up from the hours are dispelled, only to resurface, are highlighting you in a radiant glow as you begin to do a sick lyre solo and inspire Tolman to perhaps, you know what, do better, Tolman. Do better. We believe in you.
Yeah. So seeing Silverstring like now literally flying, leaping into the air, I'm gonna try and kind of accentuate that a little bit and cast Burning Hands up, like trailing him, so it looks like he's got a fire trail.
Oh, that's pretty sick. That's very... Alright, what skill would you like to use?
Whoops, I wasn't
Oh,
trying
man.
to. Hang on.
Can you actually light me on fire? That'd be awesome.
I mean, I was trying not to specifically light you on fire.
I mean,
but...
I know what the success at a cost is going to be. Let's just...
Yeah. I was gonna use Arcana for this one.
Yep, go for it.
I mean, you can sculpt the spell, so. You do a
Oh, are
bardic.
you kidding me? I rolled another fucking 2.
Do a bardic.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, Bardic, thank you.
You do have Bardic.
2d,
I was gonna
2d8.
say,
Highest
might hit
one.
him.
Roll. Whoops. 2d8. How do you do it? Is it just KH for keep highest?
KH1.
21.
Oh.
Nice. Whew.
Thank you.
You go flying up into the air, Silverstring, and right as you do, you can just feel this heat, and you kind of look down for a second and see Tolman holding his hands up, just spewing an arc of fire straight up after you. So it actually looks as if you're rising up on a pillar of flame, and it's the most metal fucking shit ever. As right then, surrounded by those flames that aren't touching you, as he's using his evocation mastery to wrap the flames around you. That's when you
Awesome.
perform your sick fucking lyre solo. Meanwhile, William Bran. William.
I was muted, sorry. Will take one of his bone club hands and point it up at Silverstring, bathed in flames, hovering over everyone, and he'll shout to Malazar and the shadows. You can't beat that! There's no beating us! We've already won! Just give up! And he'll try to intimidate them.
All right.
Oh, dang it.
Do you still have your Bardic?
I do. Oh! No, I do not.
Oh,
It was
Kristoff.
you and Kristoff.
That's right.
Even Meowazar is just kind of like nodding his head, like that's pretty cool, but I'm still gonna go out with a fucking blast. So he seems like he's like, wow, you guys are doing pretty good, but he's not giving up, not yet. And just because I'll end it with Meowazar, I'll go ahead and just say, Kristoff, go ahead. What do you add to this final round of the Battle of the Bands?
What was it that Tolman did?
He added a
Yeah,
burning
Arcana.
hand, so it looks like
burning.
Silverstring's rising up on a pillar of flame.
Gotcha. Let's do. I'm gonna add to that flame. I don't think anybody's done performance yet, correct?
No, not this round, huh?
Okay, cool. Then
We
I
don't
am going
think.
to do Scorching Ray, which is 3 rays of fire, and then for every level above second, there's additional rays, so 4th level. So basically, like highlighting behind him as he's flying up with this flame, having like spurts of bolts just like fanning out, like backlighting him. And I'm gonna do performance for that.
Full pyrotechnic show. I love it.
Exactly. Emphasize that what's it called? That fire that he's coming from. So that's gonna be oh my god. I'm using the Bardic. What is that? 2D
2d8 to keep the highest.
Yeah.
It won't even get far enough, but
Yeah, you're still gonna be
oh
short.
well. 15.
Are you kidding me?
Oh.
So they do add to the effect, but they're still kind of drowned out a little bit by Tolman's own Pillar of Flame, not able to kind of get the separation needed to where it really looks more like it's part of his performance and your own. Still pretty sick, but doesn't really add a ton to the already kind of eye-imposing pillar. But as this is happening, Meowers are realizing that the battle's ending and all these magical effects are still going off. So Zoda's knocked the fuck out, covered in lightning. Lightning's going everywhere. There's fire everywhere. It's literally light. This whole show is now fire versus lightning. Meowazar just strums his hurdy-gurdy aggressively and just carries like a high note, like one of those ending high notes to his lyrics. And it's so high and that ending note lasts so long that some of his shadows actually come out and begin casting healing magic on his throat, so he can hold the note as long as possible, just constantly. And then his song ends. The hurdy-gurdy lightning fades away as the last of the music fades, and we all settle down to the ending of the Battle of the Bands, all these magical effects fading away, as now it is just a field full of our heroes, and then Meowazar and his shadow groupies. And Meowazar just walks over to you, kind of, because you're separated by some distance, he begins to walk over towards you.
And I'll fly down and land next to him.
Meowazar looks at you, he kind of flexes his paw and all of his steel claws go back into his hand. That was the most righteous Battle of the Bands. You are so good. You're just as good as they said you are. It was a fucking pleasure, bro. And he like holds out his hand.
Yeah, I'll shake.
That was so cool. Sorry about little Snake Bro over there. Like, it seems like he got knocked the fuck out. But we'll take care of it.
That's part of
He did it to himself.
music, right? When they get too, I think Faz particularly called it high energy.
Right, you live by the rock, you die by the rock.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Oh, sorry, Saz, I almost forgot.
Excellent performance.
Right, most righteous performance for you two, bro.
And then I'll give Meowazar my last bardic inspiration.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's awfully kind of you, bro. You know, I got a gift for you as well. And he strums his hurdy-gurdy, and a little bit of lightning kind of sparks. And this little mote of lightning, all five of them just reach out and kind of dance around you. Take my blessing, bro, and may it bring you peace in this land of darkness.
Thank you very much, Meowazar.
Cool.
You are indeed magnificent, significant.
You are too, man. I'm gonna get better, and I hope to see you again in the future, bro. We're gonna do this again sometime, and I say we're gonna burn it to the ground.
Yeah. I'm down for that anytime.
Alright, what did I name this fucking blessing?
Will actually go around quickly and like
Scratch fever.
stomp out the fires that are all over the
All
ground.
the little fire. There's like
Fireman will.
there's like snails putting out little fires around Maddie's place and shit. Like some of the towels went up in flames.
There were snails up in the trees, weren't there?
There are now.
God, we were shooting so much fire and lightning up there.
Anybody want some mess cargo? Alright, so you each get a blessing of the Twilight Cat, which is so long as you're untouched by Radiance, you gain 5 temporary HP at the beginning of
Ooh.
shit.
But once you're
What's
touched
that?
by Radiance, the blessing fades.
Okay.
Nice.
And with that, like, Meowazar just kind of holds up his right hand, like, snaps. Bright groupies to me. And his shadows, like, begin to form this amalgamous blob and, like, pick him up. And he begins rushing through the territory, through the forest, as if he was born to it.
Mm.
Fading into myth and legend and away from your presence.
Great. So I guess he's not gonna join us at the inn.
Ignore me. I'm got something in my throat. Hold on. I'm mute.
No, he's not.
Walks a
Okay.
lonely road.
The only one
you ever know.
that he's ever known.
Oh no. Oh god.
Don't know where it goes.
But it's
Should've
only
put
him and he walks
Rats.
alone.
Yeah.
Oh, golly.
I'm so glad we were like in sync there.
Oh, that was Green Day!
I know.
Oh, that was bad. Okay.
No, it was great. You can't tell me otherwise.
The best one is still dying pans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna top Dying Pans for a while.
You all get negative inspiration.
Oh no.
And that was the Battle of the Bands. At that point, like I said, all the snails are putting out fires. Meowazar accepted his defeat, giving you a blessing, and then faded off into the shadows of the forest, riding his chariot of shadows. And then Maddie's just looking around, still confused. That was really cool, but what?
Cool. It's music, Maddie. Particularly invigorating performance that one was.
Okay, well, it was certainly an experience, and looks around at all the things Will's currently unburning. Well, let's go ahead and come in. I need to get that mayonnaise into the fridge as soon as possible.
It's...
Yeah.
Oh yes, let's.
Alright, you guys coming? My offer still stands if you want to go north with me.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, excellent. Let's get
I
on
need the
then.
rest.
You and me both. You and me both. It was a long ride. I've never traveled so far in a single day outside my place. And you can just drop your tokens anywhere.
That was a long way to go for some mayonnaise.
Well, she had to
And
get
grease.
grease to grease up the
Oh yeah, that's right.
wind turbines.
Oh, that's not a good spot for me to be.
Sisota immediately begins plummeting.
And I'm just not having a good day. I knocked myself out break dancing. And moshing.
Oh,
and then I fall
right
off
on
the
Maddie.
building.
Alright, well, it's so good to be home. Well,
Oh.
I got a few rooms. Like I said, we got 2 guests over here. They're staying in one of the rooms, but you're able to just take any other rooms you want as long as they ain't mine or belong to one of my kids.
Good to be back.
Oh, it's
Will
good to
Wolf.
have you back. I missed you all.
Will flop down on the sofa. Oh, I miss this place so much.
Soothing music radiates from the walls. You just see like a bunch. You see like a snail bartender with a top hat, like serving drinks to like 2 strangers that you haven't met. They kind of look at you and just kind of like do that, raise their hand, kind of like from the bar, and like a kind of like a small wave. But otherwise, just go back to their drinks.
Silver String is immediately rushing out to the backyard.
Oh,
See if a certain hole is still there.
oh,
They've actually taken the time to collect dirt and cover in the hole, but there's definitely telltale signs of it. They planted new flowers down. The sky fishing station that was there is no longer there. But you do have the hook still that was attached to it.
That's true.
Or I should say the sky fishing pole. All right,
Oh,
well,
man.
I'm gonna go ahead and grease up these wind turbines to get us up in the air. While that happens, feel free to make yourself at home. When we get in the air, of course, there's always sky fishing and any of our other amenities. And you wanted to help me in the kitchen, did you not?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Well, why don't you get a little well rested before we do that? Because you look like you just tumbleweeded all the way through the darkness over there. You're covered in dirt and soot and all kinds of unsavory things.
I could probably use a rest, yes, thank you.
Yeah, we got plenty of baths and we got water. It's all magical. Just pull a little string and your bathtub will fill up. You'll love it.
Yeah, he's going straight for a bath. A hot bath.
That's the second string.
Is this a hot tub?
That is, yeah.
No,
Excellent.
he just, where is it?
What
Oh.
string is, yeah. You are in the Twilight Lands, but Maddie can actually rise high enough above the shadows. So over the next several hours, it'll be Maddie and her companions slowly going to each of the windmills to fix them before slowly this floating in lifts into the sky, going higher and higher. The air getting colder and crisper until suddenly you're out of the twilight, the shadow of Gair the Younger, and once more into the light of Radiance.
Well, we should probably not go outside.
Oh, into Radiance. Ah!
No, the sun, it burns. It burns, get inside. Your blessing will last a minimum certain amount of days, so it's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, back into the hot tub he goes.
Yep.
I have no idea where the baths are unless it's also the bathtub or the hot tub.
I mean, it looks like there might be something here.
There's multiple layers to this battle map, but I did not bother importing them because it's just more rooms and stuff upstairs.
All right, I will be here, but for all intents and purposes, I am taking a bath.
Zoda's in the bath. Silverstring's in the hot tub.
Mm-hmm.
Will is on the couch.
It's like we just got home and everyone's just throws their shit down and
Yep.
goes to their nearest places of comfort.
Yeah, what's Will and Tolman up to? I'm sorry, not Will and Tolman, but Kristoff and Tolman.
Kristoff's hungry, so if there's food available.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow,
Just
since he's had a good meal.
sit down at one of the tables, and after a long while, you'll see a tiny snail, about 2 foot tall, will have slimed its way all the way across the dining room. Oh, hi. What can I get for you today?
Whatever you have, I will take.
Okay, do you want a large amount of food, a small amount of food? You look really famished.
It's been a day. It's been a week. It's been a month.
Okay, well, we'll just get you something we like to call the pile. That's because it's
I
a
will
pile of
take the
food.
pile. I like it.
Alright. You don't have any... As the snail is slowly walking away, he's just kind of calling over his shoulder. You don't have any dietary requirements, do you?
Nope, not at all. That I found.
Excellent. Then he disappears. Tolman, what are you doing?
Tolman wants to go see the spot as well, the damage we caused from the explosion.
Yeah, there's clearly signs that there was a large hole there. But you can see that they've refilled in the earth. The rock has moved about a foot, and it was a big-ass fucking rock. And you can even see places where they've had to repair parts of the inn. But the damage wasn't incredibly severe, but it was not insignificant.
And then after that, I think Tolman would just kind of retire to his room and read his book for a while.
Alright. So, with Tolman retiring to his room, Kristoff looking at an entire silver platter's worth of just various meats and vegetables in a pile in front of him, the pile, Sazota, shedding his skin in the bath. This one not an actual snake skin, but just a second skin of dirt and grime. And then Silverstring just hot tubbing it up. That is how you will spend your night, your first day relaxing back in Maddie's magnificent merchandise and sleep.
Well, what is Shimmer doing?
Shimmer, kind of forgot about Shimmer, not gonna lie. Like, Shimmer, after declaring that, like, she was spying on you, she would come on. And then she would just, she would kind of be over here in the garden, I think. Yeah. She would just be in here with the garden, probably, like, doing, you know, some things, like, playing with bushes, getting far too into catnip, and maybe chasing some chickens. But
Nice.
Shimmer is kind of keeping, for whatever reason, Shimmer is kind of keeping a little bit of a distance, at least until you get well rested. All right. So let's see. We got like what, 50 minutes? We got about like an hour before Will has to leave.
Yeah.
So we could just hang out and do activities. There's always sky fishing, or you could just research or just tell me what
Yeah,
you guys would like to do.
I gotta skyfish and then I gotta prepare that dish.
Oh yeah, you gotta prove
Yeah.
yourself.
Fish
to
and
Mom
dish.
Maddie.
Yeah.
Would all those months I spent making nothing but seafood give me advantage on that roll, though?
Oh no.
Yeah, there was nothing else to make, huh?
I had to get creative with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like day
I think we've
87 of
gotten
nothing but sushi.
I take it we've gotten a long rest or a short rest.
Yeah, you can take a long rest for sure.
Cool.
Maddie's just like, hey guys, take a rest, do what you need. I'll be here.
I'm gonna take a long rest and then I'm gonna skyfish.
Okay, so skyfishing is like a pretty standard thing. You just roll a d20. 1 to 10, you don't catch anything. 11 to like 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, you catch junk. And then above 15 is when you start catching like the real stuff.
Dang it.
Oh, you could cast multiple times. However, it's a really heavy hook, and it's usually a multi-person affair.
Ah.
Yeah, because what is it? I think we had one person as the counterweight, one person as a lookout, because when you're fishing things that are like way the fuck off, like hundreds of feet.
Hey, that's my foot. Stop it.
Exactly,
Sorry, go ahead.
hundreds of them even. But I think we had we had one person as a spotter, one person as the fisher, and then one person to like hold the fisher so they didn't get pulled overboard. I believe is how we did it last time.
Somebody was bait at one point.
You did actually put someone as bait once.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, do we want to give it a couple of tries, guys?
Absolutely.
I'd probably ask for
Yes.
Tolmond and Silverstring. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Tolmond and Silverstring, you want to help?
You might want to ask Will to help you counterweight.
Yeah. It's pretty strong.
Let's get everybody over here.
I just ate a pile, so I'm pretty heavy.
You can just sit there and eat. It's fine.
All right. So Sazota will be the fisher. Who's going to be the spotter?
I think Will
Will's
keep
gonna...
her from.
Oh, you're going to be the counterweight.
Oh yeah, the counterweight. Sorry.
So who's going to be the spotter to tell Saz when to cast and when to reel?
Oh yeah.
I can be the spotter.
There you go.
Okay. So you assume the positions. You get into one of the various like sky fishing places. Now this rod is pure steel. It's very heavy duty. It's got a massive hook on it, and it just clicks kind of into place. So now it's on a tripod, and you begin lowering. You begin casting the thing. So go ahead and give me a perception check, Tolmond, as you are keeping an eye out in this bright and twilight areas, looking for something to catch.
All right.
All right.
I still can't roll above 5.
Tolman, you seem like you see something. Something's glinting in a distant cloud nearby. And that's when you shout, "Cast!" Suzoda, go ahead and cast the reel. Okay. You cast the reel.
Why are you being so rude, Percy? Come here.
Percy's just like, I want Skyfish.
He's
It
like
goes-
laying next to me, which is cute, but then he keeps attacking my leg, which
Oh,
isn't
no.
cute.
The hook goes flying over into the next cloud where you saw a glint. Now it's time for me to roll dice. Wow, we're all sucking right now. And then you don't need to roll anything, Will, because there's a long moment of the sky fishing hook just kind of hovering in that cloud before it flops down. Nothing is caught. You have a few more tries before you've exhausted this fishing grounds.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright, Tolman, maybe you can spot an actual skyfish.
There we go.
Yay!
This
the
is-
curse is broken.
Just as you're about to give up hope after the first failure, you see something glinting in the distance, something scaled and large. You call out to cast, Raz. Cast your reel. The reel goes flying out. Now it's time for me to roll.
It's a wyvern again.
That could happen. You've caught something. In the in the nearby cloud, you've something like your hook just slams into something solid, and you immediately feel as it's being tugged away from you rapidly. This is where Will comes in. Will, you have to hold on to Saz, or Saz might go overboard. So go ahead and give me an athletics check.
All right. Huh.
All right, so let's average those.
We're
Still
in
pretty
danger.
high.
What is that, like 17 or 18?
All right. You know what, Saz? Since you're the one doing this, go and roll a d6, please.
Alright.
Oh, you got that.
Oh.
Okay. I need you to roll another d6 now.
Alright.
Oh gosh.
You only roll another d6 on the 1. So, okay, so a 1 and a 4. So, as you're reeling this in, and Will is holding onto you and pulling you, whatever this is, it's fighting. You just see something almost black and eel-like slithering out, hooked onto your sky hook. It takes a moment, several moments, as it fights and it claws at the hook, but eventually you've caught a black dragonfish.
Oh, that's neat.
It is a large eel-like fish that almost looks like a mini shinlong, though fish-like, with large whiskers, and it drools acid everywhere. Like its spit sizzles, and it tries to bite you, and you've got to mess with it a little bit. But it is a dragonfish, and you rolled the black variety.
Oof.
Feisty. He looks bad at himself though. Ignore the spittle on his hand. It's fine.
You're just holding it up. Take a picture. Take a picture. But yes, this like 4-foot long fish is now firmly in your hands. It's like half eel, half dragon, half anglerfish looking fucking thing. And yeah, you can cook with it. And because you do know it's a it's a special kind of fish. You might be able to, if you take good care of it, prepare a special meal from it.
I'd like to attempt.
All right. Well, you have the cooking feat.
I do.
So you're,
And cook's utensils.
yep, you'll immediately get the cooking feat regardless of what, because that's just part of the feat. But as you take this in the kitchen and start preparing it, in order to make this into a special treat, you'll need to make a cooking utensils check.
I got a 15.
Who got the 15? Let me double check. I don't think the DCs are that high on this, to be honest. Okay, so what kind of dish do you make from this this black dragonfish?
Is it too on point to say eel rolls?
I was about to say eel rolls or maybe fried eel. Eel rolls would be
Right.
great though.
Nice eel sauce from that acid.
Alright, so you begin making some of the best eel rolls you've ever made. Your knives fly true, everything is cooked, you manage to get rid of all the acidic and poisonous aspects as you trim this eelfish down, this black dragonfish. And after a solid hour and a half of cooking, you have made black dragon eel rolls, or black dragon rolls I guess we'll call them. So these will last 24 hours, and if you eat them, they will not only provide the benefit from your chef feat, but they will also give you resistance to acid for an hour.
Ooh, nice.
But
That's cool.
but they do fade after 24 hours. After that, it's just regular food.
That's all good. Yeah, I give everybody some. Including our hostess.
Very nice.
All right, so yeah, everybody eats it. It tastes delicious. Maddie's very. Wow, this is mighty fine. I really enjoy this. And with that, you are given the opportunity to, essentially, enter Maddie's kitchen.
Nice.
Nice.
I will actually just give you my sheet for sky fishing. I should say the fish. Oh, it's not going to be formatted well. But yeah, on a 1, it's the various dragonfish. Then you have Gav, Shadowfish, Starfish, Moonfish, Ghostfish, and they each do something.
Ooh.
That's pretty awesome.
That is cool.
Starfish, though.
Oh, the initiative
Starfish.
one.
Hell
Advantage on initiative, yeah. Good shit.
Starfish Luffy.
Oh. Oh no.
Well, unfortunately, this is more like a fish made out of stars. Not an actual
It's still
star-shaped
funny.
fish. But yeah. Okay. Well, that's some of the best eel rolls I ever had. You are quite the good chef. I would be more than pleased to invite you into my kitchen if you want to cook or help me cook.
I'd love to, thank you very much.
Oh, that's most excellent. Thank you. And with that, she gives you the tour. Kitchen's one of the
Nice.
larger rooms in the fucking inn. This kitchen's
Oh, yeah.
massive.
Yeah, no, he's impressed. He's definitely getting ideas for his own place one day, but that's far off.
Soon I will become the snail.
Shed skin, next form.
Dragon, snake, snail thing.
Yep. Just imagine a dragon with a hermit crab shell.
That would be kind of cool, actually.
Silver String's at the bar with the strange new people.
Hello.
Oh, do you actually want to do that? Okay.
Sure.
Shortly after the E-rolls, garlic fresh on your breath. You see the 2 figures at the bar. They're both medium-sized. One of them is best described as a woman made mostly out of twigs. Like her entire form is just
Ooh.
twigs and bark shaped into a woman, and you can like that. The token's hard to see.
Yeah, I can see it.
Real quick.
It's pretty neat.
Let me see if I can find the art. It's just the art's dark, but it was the better art that I could find.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is cool.
Right.
There's the actual art.
Whoa, shit.
Cool.
Ooh.
Sick.
But this, one is like I said, a woman completely made out of sticks, wearing just kind of loose-fitting clothes that seem to fade into nothingness. On her back is just a large rusted blade, and the other woman is a rabbit folk. This one a little less rabbity than you're used to. Definitely like a half folk of some kind, but large bunny ears and certain rabbit features. And how do you approach them?
I'll sit down next to them, probably drink in hand. Like, hello. How are you fine folks this evening?
Now, real quick, give me a rundown of what languages you speak.
What languages I speak?
Yeah.
Common and Elvish.
Okay.
Not very many.
Not very many.
No.
Do you need some help?
Possibly.
Coleman hears languages and comes running.
Coleman's like, I hear nerd shit.
I speak lots of languages.
I'm a polyglot. The rabbit woman turns her silver-maned head towards you. Eyes are rather huge and very blue, and she's dressed more she's dressed like more traditionally, just kind of in traveler's clothes here and there. Not much in the way of armor, but she also has a pretty wickedly curved blade. These are definitely strike you as people who adventure or definitely use their weapons from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hello there. The bunny girl, the bunny woman says, and it's like I don't know. How do you say that? Lapine? I don't know. Either way, she turns to you. What's your name?
Yeah, my name's Silverstring. I don't suppose you had a chance to partake of those dragon rolls, did you? They were quite delicious.
Oh, I did not. Though it does seem from your reactions that they were quite scrumptious.
Yeah, would you like some? I think we still have some.
Oh, I would love some, if you'd be so kind.
Absolutely. And I'll go grab some more for them if they have it.
It was
like
a
anything to
big-ass
trickle 'em up?
fish, so...
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, like they're just there to nosh on now.
Sweet. Would you ladies like anything to drink as well while I'm up?
Oh, no, Oh, no, we've got our own drinks. Thank you very much. It's so kind. Just the dragon rolls will do, I believe.
I'll come back and I'll give them each a couple.
The woman turns and gives a portion of them to the stick lady.
What happens to bring you people out this way? And what's your names, if I may ask?
Well, my name is Silvermane, and this is Styx.
Yeah, seems apt.
It's so strange to see two silvers in one place. Hell, get enough of us and we might make a gold.
It does. What is it? 10?
I do believe
10
it's
silvers to make a gold?
Well, there's just the two of us. I don't think we'll be making any more anytime soon.
Oh, I have to say, yeah, exactly. I have to say, what brings you to Maddie's?
Oh,
Seemed like
I was down in Chiron, and I decided I wanted to go visit the gnome. Way past Creed, they tell stories of a dead tree. They call it Gaia the Yelda, I believe. You've heard of it?
yes, actually, we are on our way there as well.
Excellent, most excellent. Well, then we're going to the same place. But I don't think we're going there for the same reason.
Oh, what is your reason?
Oh, I just want to see the place and do a little business.
Seems much the same reason as us.
Oh, what kind of business are you into?
We actually plan to meet someone there.
Oh, really? Who are you planning on meeting? Who lives up there in that miserable old tree?
Oh, have you heard of... what was his name? The Eye of Seven Despairs?
I have 7 despairs. Of course I've heard of him. Everyone in the North's heard of him. They call him the Death Lord of the North. I've never met one of his despairs, nor him, though. Perhaps he'll be seeing us, too. But he's not where we're
Oh.
going.
Okay. I was wondering, what do you know of the Seven Despairs? We don't know much, other than he is a sorcerer who is now undead and really hates the Black Caravan.
Oh, yes, he has some kind of grudge against the caravans, I hear. He's really a secretive fellow. I don't really know much about him, but his despairs are people.
His despairs are people.
Yes, they're, I guess you would say, his minions.
Oh,
Is that the right
okay.
word, minions? I'm sorry, but this tongue isn't my first language.
Minions, lieutenants, friends. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess they all matter. I only know a few things, though. 1, there are 7 of them, and 2, they all kind of look the same in one regard.
Oh, how do they look?
Well, for some odd reason, they're all tabaxi.
They're all tabaxi. Just kind of like
Immediately looks at Shimmer.
look over Shimmer. Yeah.
Shimmer's in the garden chasing a chicken, suddenly just achoo!
They're all Is the Eye tabaxi as well?
Well, that's the thing, I don't know. Nobody's ever seen him outside of his cow. But,
Ah.
I don't know, maybe they're related, or maybe he's just got a thing for the tabaxi. Like some people have a thing for the rabbit folk. Hell, there's even been a few people who like sticks.
There's somebody
One
for
way to get
everybody,
one.
right? Oh, Jesus.
Sorry.
You guys spoke over each other, so I didn't hear either of you. What happened?
I said that's one way to get wood.
Oh, God.
Oh,
More
jeez.
negative inspiration.
Alright, roll initiative. Don't not joking.
I win a prize.
Hey, just extend the olive branch.
Is it not the
Oh.
best when you find like a really awesome stick, though?
Seriously.
I
The perfect gun or the perfect sword.
know.
Didn't realize I was playing D&D with dogs.
Woof.
Or toddlers.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you were well aware that you were playing with toddlers.
That's fair, actually.
It's been enough weeks.
Yeah.
But,
Session 23. 22.
But yes, like some people have a thing for the rabbit folk. Do you have a thing for anyone, Silver String?
Oh, I have a thing for many people, as it turns out. Met a very lovely demon one time.
No, I don't
hope she
think that's
gets-
the thing you should admit in polite conversation. It might give someone a wrong idea about you. Consorting with demons.
What ideas are people supposed to have about me?
Well,
This
that's
demon
the
was-
thing. The first impression might be ruined by consorting with demons, but luckily for you, well, I ain't gonna judge you too harshly.
But she
Well,
is going
thank
to
you.
judge you.
Just a little harshly.
Well, they can teach you some things.
what they teach you?
How to play.
Oh my.
Well, I guess their chaotic natures are something to behold.
Indeed, it was quite special, I have to admit. She's been released, thankfully. Have you ever heard of something called, what was it, the Golden Mirror? Was that it?
Golden mirror.
The Archfey stole her face.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking for history, but I can't find it out, so I gotta roll religion. Same thing. You're not sure what an NPC knows, you just roll for it. And sometimes you get a natural 20.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Tell me everything. Damn. Mystery rabbit.
Can't have the names give it away.
Pulled a rabbit out of a hat and it gave you the answer.
Yeah.
I've heard of the Golden Mirror. I've even fought some of its minions from time to time. What brings you into conflict with that creature?
I have to say I'm myself am not in conflict, but that demon I told you about, their face was stolen by that mirror.
Oh my, that is a terrible thing to behold. To have one's face stolen is more than just your face, it's your whole identity.
Mm-hmm.
So you met a demon that wants to get itself back. Are you sure it's good to be helping them? What if you don't like what they were before their face got stolen?
We weren't really in a position to not.
And have you been in many positions with this demon?
Our bard is being
Sadly, there wasn't time.
Not yet. Yeah.
oh.
You're about
Had
to
there
get
been
lucky
more
if I don't get
time.
it.
But it would be interesting if we could find out more about this golden mirror. What kind of minions did you face? You seem capable.
Oh, I face some people make deals with the Raksha, you see, and they're beholden to those deals. And sometimes those deals require servitude.
Hmm. Be very careful around the Fae, is what I'm hearing you say.
Oh, you should always be careful around the Fae. They are... well... they're the Fae. He kind of chuckles at that a little bit.
Fair enough.
That's basically what the demon is, the many-fingered one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the NLK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was.
So do you plan on meeting this demon again? Perhaps rescuing its face from this golden mirror and swooping in to save the day like those heroes in the romantic stories?
Oh, no. Well, if such a thing comes to pass, then such a thing comes to pass, but that demon is plenty capable.
I have to take your word for that. I've never met them. I don't consort with demons too often, though I have fought a few.
This one was not very violent, thankfully.
Not all of them are, but they all have their desires, just as we do.
Mm-hmm. Almost relatable, hey?
Almost. Is it? Maybe we're foolish to see a little bit of ourselves in creatures so chaotic and awful, but, well, that's the nature of our lives. Always finding patterns where there aren't any.
Indeed, when we find ourselves in situations, often end up being chaotic, as you say.
Do you have a lot of chaos in your life, Silverstring?
Oh, definitely have recently. What about you?
Oh, my life isn't that chaotic. It's usually all... Well, to be honest, my life's usually pretty boring, except when I get to travel. And even then, it's just a few moments of chaos before I go back to the barn.
Oh. So you don't travel much?
Oh, no, only when I have to. Only when I have to. My job requires it.
And what is your job?
Oh, I kill people.
For the Warren?
Say that again?
For the Warren?
The Warren?
Yeah, like for her home.
Oh, sometimes it's... mostly...
Sometimes it's just for the fun of it.
Look, I mean, there's many ways you can dance around it, but ultimately, these swords are meant for one kind of work.
Hmm.
And Styx and I here travel as a group.
To go and kill people. What kind of people?
Oh, usually bad people. Bad people who do bad things.
What have they done?
Oh, it depends. Sometimes we don't ask too many questions.
No?
Not always. Sometimes we're curious.
Yeah, I
She-
tend to be quite curious. Sorry?
Oh, she kind of looks at you and kind of gives you a weird look. Have you done anything worth killing over?
Have I done anything worth killing over?
Yeah, you're not going to be on one of my lists, are you?
I'm on a couple lists. I think that they're mostly mistaken, but
Now, why would they be mistaken, Mr. Silverblade, consorting with demons and all sorts of naughtiness?
we are trying to make the world a better place.
Oh, Silverstring, everybody's trying to make the world a better place. We just tend to argue about the how.
Indeed. And what better place actually looks like.
That's the
So.
rub.
Being effective tends to get you on lists sometimes.
Oh, yes. Well, they always say if there's not somebody that doesn't hate you out there, you ain't doing your job right.
So who is on your list right now?
Oh, on my list? Oh, you can't have me telling you. We're just mad. The ladies' list is a private thing.
We don't know anybody at Gaia the Elder, so.
Make an insight check. Just keep it honest.
Yep, for sure. Not very insightful.
Yeah, it'd be a shame if you were to have inspiration, but sadly.
Did okay.
She doesn't work for the caravan, does she?
That's what I'm trying to dig into.
I'm just going up north to visit. There's a few people who need killing, apparently, but that's the weird thing about this. We're in the land of the dead, so I don't know if I'm killing or re-killing, if you know what I mean.
Indeed, that is a question, especially in like the fortress of the Eye of Seven Despairs. Could be a lot of dead around, I'd imagine.
Oh, I hear that there are dead and living in that fortress.
There's living in that fortress as well.
They got some kind of weird, well, I don't know the word for it, some kind of weird ecosystem going on. I've just heard stories, I don't know if it's true, but apparently you're born and you live normally, but you're not a full citizen until you're a spirit.
Interesting.
Well, it's the dead. The dead really only belong in one place, and it's not wandering around free, if you know
Where do the dead belong?
Well, we tend to put them into soul cages. That's that's how the whole world does it. You think they belong somewhere different?
I think they should choose. Then there are other places for them to go now.
Are there? Where are they going? Are they gonna wander the world? And do they go crazy and start killing, causing trouble?
Something beyond the world now. Before they were stuck here.
You don't say. Something beyond the world. Now what's beyond the world for the dead, Mr. Silverblade?
How do I describe it? It's hard to say, considering I'm not dead and I've never been there yet, though may get the chance. But there's something growing, which is allowing souls to pass beyond the veil into an afterlife of peace.
So you're saying there's something like an afterlife now? Well, that's interesting. I've never heard of that.
It is quite new.
You better hold
Part
that
of-
one close to the chest, though, Mr. Silverblade. There's a whole mess of people that are going to put you on a list if they find out about that.
Part of making the world a better place, right?
Well, like I said, if there's nobody that doesn't hate you, you ain't doing your job well. I'm gonna be in this place for a few days, me and Styx here, since we're going to the same place. I hope to talk to you again.
It'd be nice to get to know each other.
Absolutely, and maybe some of your friends, too. They seem like pleasant folk.
Oh, they are lovely people.
She stands up to her rather imposing 5-foot form. And Twix, who's about almost 8 foot, stands up next to her. Well, we're gonna go get some rest up in our rooms. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, it was excellent to meet you.
We are the only ones here. It seems like we're gonna be doing a lot of talking, you and I.
Yeah.
Ta-ta.
Ta, and I'll put up my hand for a handshake.
She shakes your hand. And then with her other hand gives you like a little finger wave. Rest well, little ones. Rest well.
If only you could detect her thoughts.
That's exactly what I was just clicking on now as she walks away. She walks away. I'll just feel the medallion and activate it. Get surface thoughts from the two of them.
I have to check something real quick. We might have a conflict.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'll try to be as surface thoughts don't get detected, but
It's only when you dig deep.
it's only when you dig deep, yeah. I ain't.
For the record, I got closer when I heard the thing about soul cages.
Everybody's just creeping.
In the kitchen, don't look at me.
I'm in the kitchen. Leave me out of this.
Oh yeah, with your eel rolls, was there salt on that or anything salty? Wouldn't that technically harm Maddie?
Salt is handled very delicately.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I mentioned in a kitchen where there are snails actively cooking, Sazota probably didn't use much salt.
Nix the
if any.
salt.
Real quick before we get to the tech thoughts thing, this is like a flashback to previous episode. But whenever they had to ask for salt, like an armored snail with like big old glove mitts and like this just came out like holding it on a distance and like really treated it almost as if it was radioactive.
That's so funny.
Sazota probably would not have used salt. He's working around snails, and working around other animal folk is something he's used to, so...
Alright. So you touch your medallion of thoughts. And you hone in on specifically the rabbit? The mystery rabbit woman's?
Yeah, probably. She's the one I was talking to.
Alright, so her thoughts are like, Silverstring, that's a strange name. He seems nice enough. How long are you going to hold it? Just until they've left the room, essentially?
If that's all I get from her as she's stepping away, I'll quickly...
Oh, there's more, but I just want to make sure, like, if you're doing it or not.
Yeah. I'll hold on to it for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Silverstring. He seems nice enough. Seems a little too focused on me. I think he's been watching me the whole time I'm walking away.
Whoop. Avert gaze.
Oh, yeah.
Down to the left, down to the left.
Shit, I got
She's like-
caught.
Maybe he does have a thing for rapid folk.
She's half. Oh, well, he seems nice enough. Well, can't do anything in Maddie's, but it's gonna be a real shame to kill him.
There
Oh.
it is. Yep. There it is.
I always get stuck having to kill people I like. Well, this job sucks.
Great. As I hear that, I'll just kind of sigh and finish my drink.
Figures.
Yeah, exactly.
And your drink has been poisoned.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Dropped something in there. Hope you don't mind.
Though she did say as she walked away, can't do anything at Maddie's, so you know you're safe while you're in Maddie's, but
Mm-hmm.
probably not when you're not in Maddie's.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Meanwhile, you sulk over to the couch.
Sit next to Will.
Just
and
like high
kinda
school, all the
whisper.
pretty girls want to kill you.
Yeah. That wasn't my high school experience, huh?
Well, speak for yourself.
I'll lean back, put my arm around Will, and be like, well, those ones want to kill us.
Oh, good Lord. Is there anybody that doesn't want to? Maybe that's why I like Maddie so much. She's one of the few people that doesn't want to kill us.
Right?
Oh, so you like Maddie?
Oh, yeah. She's
Maddie's
great.
fucking great. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, how do we go about all that then?
I don't know. Do you think rabbits can fly?
What, just push her off at some point? Oops.
Push, throw, whatever.
How about we suggest tomorrow that we go fly fishing?
She's a
Use her as
Warpletinger,
bait.
guys. A Wolpertinger.
A wolfen tiger? Yeah.
Yeah. That word that I just fucking can't pronounce.
Wolpertinger.
That's great. I use one as a phantom steed in another game.
That is so cool.
Alright.
For a small dude, small halfling.
Ugh.
Yeah, maybe we just convince them to go sky fishing, and oops a doozies, we sky fish her off.
I wish there was some way we could persuade them to
Oh, shucks.
just
Oh,
let it
no.
go.
Yeah, maybe.
That's never worked before, but
Eh,
I guess it doesn't hurt to try one more time.
we'll see what we can do. All's fair in love and war, right? Wink.
Right, right. I'll follow your lead.
Okay.
You've more insight to these things.
Well, I just hope she wasn't hired by my father. That'd be very disappointing.
Think so?
Oh shit, I've forgotten my daily fuck you. Okay.
I don't think your father wants to kill you. Doesn't he just want to bring you home?
No. You used to be that way in a certain other time. Now I'm pretty sure I've pissed him off.
Oh my. Guess we'll just have to roll with it, won't we?
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, enjoy your couch. I should go tell the others.
Aye. It's good that they know, yeah.
Hi, Tolmond.
Hello.
Turns out those two lovely ladies over there, they're contracted killers.
Why, not again.
You're pretty quick on the uptake. Yep. Hope not to prepare for conflict. Maybe now that we have time here at Maddie's, we can make things peaceful.
Well, only one way to find out. Or I guess only time will tell, one of the two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here's what it is. I'll walk over to Kristoff. Hey, Kristoff.
Hello, Sylvester.
Welcome to the group. They're trying to kill us.
Who? Oh, those two? They
Those
seem
two.
so nice.
They are nice, which is kind of unfortunate.
Did you say something for them to want to kill you?
Has happened in the past. I don't think it happened this time, though. I think they were already sent on our trail.
So they are here for a reason.
Yes.
Alright, well, I will watch your back.
Hopefully we can defuse it. Maybe a couple more conversations. They'll come around, you know? But, money pays.
I agree. Well, say the word. I am here for you and your friends.
Thank you, sir. Barge into the kitchen. Zaz, it smells lovely in here.
Thank you. It's mostly the snails, but yeah.
Well, they do great work. Maddie is amazing, is she not?
A half dozen snails just wave.
I am quite impressed with this establishment.
Right? It is wonderful. You happened to see those two by the bar as you came in.
Yes, the morsel in the tree I did.
The morsel?
Because she's a rabbit folk and... never mind.
Oh, I was thinking you might have a thing for her.
Yum yum.
Oh, she's very cute.
Yeah. Oh, maybe she can be your morsel.
Oh.
They want to kill us.
The good ones always do.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, that's unfortunate. I hope we don't wind up having to kill them.
We can endeavor not. What's going on in here? Do you need help cleaning up or anything?
No, I think between the half dozen snails and myself, we've got it.
Yeah. I've got nothing much else going on. I might as well help.
I'll show you around the kitchen a bit. I imagine the rich boy didn't really spend much time there before.
Nope. Have no idea what I'm doing.
Alright, now this is a butcher's knife.
Is that used for killing people?
No, he's going to demonstrate exactly what you do with a butcher's knife. You could kill somebody with it, though.
Torture.
Oh.
You could also threaten your husband with it. I'm kidding.
Okay.
That is not my experience from home.
I didn't
Though
know
I
you
have
were
seen...
that.
Yeah, no, he'll show him the larder, go over what type of knives do what. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez,
Dude.
I'm sorry.
What? Oh, we're gonna trade like family stabbing stories soon. Oh God.
Oh,
he walked into my knife. He walked
I
into my
have a
knife
recent
10
one.
times.
Oh god.
He had it coming.
I mean, we're
Exchange
getting
those for the
yeah,
when the cameras
exactly.
aren't rolling.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're like 8 minutes away from time. Maybe we call it literally. Just go pure Chicago on it. Yeah, okay.
It was a murder, but not a crime.
Swish.
But no, yeah, he'll give you the full kitchen experience. He will even let you fillet a fish all on your own.
Hey. What can I roll to try to?
Roll a intelligence check.
Oh, good. I'm not wearing my headband of intelligence right now. Gonna go great. Could be worse.
One away from greatness.
We
It's
can make
true.
that into we can make that into a salmon dip, possibly.
Hey, okay. I
Not
feel good
exactly
about
fried fillet material, but everybody likes a little salmon dip.
that. Yeah.
Precisely what you expect from a first try.
Exactly.
And probably just do that the rest of the night.
All right, so
Fillet fishes.
Zoda and Silverstring will spend the evening working in the kitchen while the rest relax. Will on the couch. Tolman and Kristoff at their tables, eating. Everybody studying. Everybody going about their own business. But now with the thought of 2 new people and the long list of people trying to kill them has entered the game. And I guess that's where we end our session. Before we stop recording, I just want to say congratulations. We're all going to level up. Don't think too hard.
Yeah.
Don't think too hard on the timing, but yes.
Yeah.
Dun,
Why is
dun,
there this
dun.
big pile of health here?